Come on. Come on, title update 2. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on, title update 2. There it is! Hello, my fellow hunters, and well, today we have been greeted with joyous news. No longer shall we wander, confusion and wonder gripping us as we ask the question day by day, when title update 2? How is title update 2? Why won't anyone check on title update 2? Well, it's over. We're putting our Lagiacrus foot down and demanding answers. But before we can demand them, we don't need to demand them because we've been given answers, and that's the whole point of this video. I'll just get onto it. Hunters! A free title update 2 will release at the end of this month. We're excited to share with you that title update 2 will release at the end of June, bringing new monsters to the hunt, plus layered weapons and other adjustments and improvements announced in the director's letter. So there we have it. Hard confirmation of essentially a release date for title update 2, because while this says the end of the month, that can only really be one date, right? The end of the month means the last week of the month, and so far we know that the title updates this time around are releasing on Fridays. So it's going to be the 27th of June is where I would place it based on this, but either way, June is the word, which means at absolute most, it's in, the next 20 days. Which is incredibly exciting because I think it's fair to say we're all kind of ready for some new wilds content, some new beasties to hunt, and will it indeed be beasties? They've said monsters with that beautiful S, so once again in this tweet highlighted the director's letter that also said that monsters, and overall, I hope so. I mean, look, Base World only did one monster at a time, right? Devil Joe, then Kulve, then Lunastra. Kulve obviously came with a lot, the whole Caverns of El Dorado, the siege, the weapons, and was quite the big deal. I doubt Lagiacrus is going to be a sieger, bring with him hundreds of weapons, but who knows what they've done with our favourite lightning crocodile. In any case, it still remains to be seen whether monsters is Lagiacrus and arch-tempered likely of duna, or Lagiacrus and tempered Lagiacrus. We don't know how fast and loose they're playing with it, though from the descriptor in the director's letter, it does kind of imply that they're not including tempered and arch-tempered as part of monsters, so we'll see. I think also, of course, we really need to get some performance fixes and some adjustments on that front. I know a lot of people are suffering, and it does suck, and it really does need to get addressed, so fingers crossed there. But when it comes to the rest of the update, even as I did a whole discussion on, even if it's only what we literally already know, Lagiacrus obviously new 8-star tempers, and then an arch-tempered likely of duna. Then we have the whole of layered weapons being added in that entire system. We have proper mechanical changes to at least the hammer and the dual blades named, but there is more weapons on the list, we just don't know about them yet. There is definitely a lot going to go into at title update 2, even if it's literally just what we know about. There seems to be this kind of undercurrent of we need 80 billion amount of new content, whereas in Base World, which had a really satisfying amount of post-content, again, it was just the one monster per time, Kulve being an especially meaty, maybe exception. We, of course, are going to get another festival, the Summer Festival. That'll happen likely within a few weeks of it releasing, and that's a whole other injection of stuff, and the festivals this time around, at least visually, are really involved. Though I will say I really hope the event quests get a little bit of a tune-up. I think it's about time to start getting some properly hard, challenging, and/or interesting ones with silly parameters and various other shenanigans going on, because that's the juice of event quests. This happened at the start of Rise. I actually went back and had a look. I made an entire talk on what's happening to the event quests. They've just kind of gone back to sort of nothing when we had these really cool, wacky ones in World and Iceborne, and then lo and behold, by the end of Rise, it really was cool and wacky. It's just got a slow ramp-up time, but I'm ready to ramp up. We've also got a lot of quality of life coming in the title update, the glow effects being toggleable off, the seikret being improved, Alma's position standing, interrupting you, doing stuff is being improved, being able to view detailed skill information with a single button press, a lot of smoothness being added to the game. Of course, whether it's enough air quotes is up to you, but again, it's all just free extra little bits of content. Like a Monster Hunter generally is a complete game. You play it, you enjoy it, and you have fun. All of this post stuff is just a bonus, like literally. And I think taking it as what it is, it's just awesome. Like, it's lovely extra stuff to hop back in and do. We don't need to be playing Wilds 24/7. There is so many good games happening, going around. It's nice to get these little injections every couple months. There you hop in, you have a great time, you hop out, and you wait for the next one, and there we go. Once Wilds gets its Master Rank expansion and all of its monsters there, and it's a, complete double Monster Hunter game, it's going to have so much and stand tall with World Iceborne combined and Rise Sunbreak combined. But right now it's still a baby. It's still growing. And I think that's something that often it gets overlooked. Though I will admit the cycle is interestingly, let's say, differently paced this time. By the time we get Title Update 2, if that is the timeline, it's going to be like 120 days or so since release, which in base Rise and base World, well, Rise got both its title updates in half that, and World would have just been about to get its third title update in Lunastra in the same time frame. So that is quite curious. Either we're just getting a longer post-game cycle before Master Rank comes around, or they will actually all be a lot larger than we are thinking. So that's something to definitely keep an eye on. In any case, this is what it is. We have ourselves a release window, but based on that window and knowing it should be a Friday if it's like Title Update 1, essentially a release date, and that's really exciting. A lot of people, me included, were worried it was going to spill over into July, maybe even halfway through the month, so it's nice to know that we are going to get some stuff a lot sooner than some feared. Let me know what you guys think on all this, of course, and for now, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.